Every winter, Europe transforms into a map of glowing windows, ancient rituals, and the kind of traditions you only hear about in old stories. Some are sweet, some are strange, and some are wonderfully unexpected. Tonight, we're traveling across 20 different countries, uncovering the Christmas customs that make each place magical in its own way. So settle in, let the lights dim, and follow the trail of winter folklore as it unfolds, one country at a time. We begin our Christmas journey in Germany, where everything starts with a game. A tiny glass pickle is hidden deep inside the Christmas tree, tucked between branches like a secret challenge. Whoever finds it first wins an extra gift, and bragging rights that somehow last all year. The moment the search begins, the living room turns into a hilarious, chaotic treasure hunt. It's strange, playful, and one of those traditions that makes the holiday feel alive. Little extra. Some say the pickle tradition isn't even German, but everyone kept it anyway because it's simply too fun to stop. Move with me into Austria, where Christmas doesn't just sparkle, it growls. Here, Saint Nicholas walks the streets, but he's not alone. Beside him marches Krampus, the horned creature who goes after those who misbehaved. Towns erupt into massive Krampus parades filled with masks, bells, smoke, and wild energy. It's festive, chaotic, and feels like Christmas collided with a horror movie, in the best possible way. Here's the twist. Tourists fly in every December just to get willingly terrified. Now let's head north to Iceland, the land where one Santa wasn't enough. Instead of a single jolly figure, Iceland has 13 Yule lads, each with their own weird personality. Every night one descends from the mountains to visit homes, leaving small gifts in children's shoes. But if the child misbehaved, they get nothing but a lonely potato. It's funny, unpredictable, and feels like a Christmas sitcom playing out in real life. Crossover into Finland, where Christmas begins in complete silence. Families gather inside the warm, glowing sauna, letting the cold of the year melt away from their skin. There's no noise, no rushing, just heat, breathing, and reflection. For many Finns, Christmas simply doesn't begin until this moment of calm has happened. It's peaceful, grounding, and deeply woven into the spirit of their holiday. Slide into Sweden, where the holiday mascot is a giant straw goat fighting for its life. The Gavel goat towers over the town square every December, huge, bright, and impossible to ignore. But every year, someone tries to burn it down, turning it into an accidental national sport. People follow updates online like it's a season finale. Will the goat survive? Will chaos win again? It's bizarre, hilarious, and somehow one of Sweden's most beloved traditions. Fun extra. People literally place bets on how long it will last. Drift west to Norway, where Christmas begins with hiding every broom in the house. Old legends say witches and mischievous spirits come out on Christmas Eve looking for something to ride. So families stash away their brooms, brushes, and anything that looks remotely like a flying tool. It's quirky, charming, and a perfect excuse to skip cleaning duties for the night. The tradition adds a layer of mystery to the otherwise cozy celebration. Drop down to Denmark, where a tiny creature decides your Christmas luck. The Nisse, a mischievous house spirit, is believed to watch over each family. To keep it happy, people leave out a bowl of warm rice pudding. Forget the pudding, and the Nisse might rearrange your furniture or hide your belongings. It's playful, old-fashioned, and gives Christmas in Denmark a uniquely magical mood. Now glide across to the United Kingdom, where good fortune is baked into dessert. Christmas pudding hides a small coin inside, waiting for one lucky person to discover it. Families traditionally prepare the pudding weeks in advance, stirring the batter together while making wishes. The dessert itself is rich, dense, and filled with centuries of tradition. Finding the coin is considered a sign of prosperity, and maybe a dental appointment. Extra detail. Different coins bring different types of luck, from wealth to happiness. Heading north into Scotland, where one holiday rule stands firm. Don't say the P word. For centuries, the word pig was believed to bring terrible luck during December. Families went out of their way to avoid mentioning it, sometimes using funny nicknames or gestures instead. Even today, some households follow the tradition for the sake of nostalgia. It's a strange superstition, but one that adds a charming quirk to Scottish Christmas culture. One more piece of the story. In some villages, even drawings or decorations featuring pigs were avoided entirely. And now crossing over to Ireland, where Santa doesn't get milk, he gets whiskey. A mince pie and a generous glass of whiskey wait for him by the window every Christmas Eve. Not cookies, not cocoa, just whiskey. It's warm, inviting, and almost certainly Santa's favorite stop on the entire planet. The gesture reflects the famously welcoming Irish spirit. Festive extra. Reindeer still get their carrots, because fairness matters, even on Christmas Eve. Now let's move into the Netherlands, where Christmas begins long before the rest of the world catches up. Here, the season starts with the arrival of Sinterklaas, who travels by steamboat from Spain, bringing excitement to every town he passes. Children leave their shoes by the fireplace or the door, hoping to find small gifts or treats the next morning. Families sing songs, share warm sweets, and fill their homes with a soft, familiar anticipation. The holiday feels less like an event and more like a gentle, unfolding story that lasts for weeks. Extra note: Dutch kids sometimes leave carrots for Sinterklaas's horse, because even in winter, kindness comes in small gestures. Let's make our way into Belgium, where St. Nicholas arrives with both kindness and a little chaos. Children clean their shoes and leave them by the fireplace, hoping for sweets and small gifts the next morning. But St. Nicholas doesn't travel alone. He's accompanied by a helper who rewards good kids and gives a playful scare to naughty ones. The whole experience fills Belgian homes with excitement, anticipation, and just a tiny bit of tension. It's early December magic that sets the tone for the entire holiday season. Crossing over into France, where Christmas has both sweetness and a bit of fear. In regions like Alsace, children wait for Saint Nicolas, but watch out for Père Fouettard, the strict figure who punishes misbehaving kids. Families celebrate with gingerbread, spiced treats, and warm drinks that fill the air with holiday aroma. The blend of charm and caution creates a unique balance, festive, but with consequences. It's a Christmas tradition that feels straight out of an old folktale. Here's the twist. Some kids behave extra well in December just from hearing stories about Père Fouettard. Now glide into Spain, where tradition takes a wonderfully unexpected turn. In Catalonia, families hide a tiny figurine called the Caganer in the nativity scene. Yes, it's exactly what it looks like, a little figure taking a squat. Far from disrespectful, it symbolizes good fortune, growth, and a fertile new year. Finding it becomes a fun challenge that brings humor into the holiday. Then we head to Portugal, where Christmas Eve becomes a moment of deep remembrance. Families prepare a beautiful table setting, and an extra place is left empty to honor loved ones who have passed away. This tradition, called consoda, brings warmth, presence, and a sense of connection across generations. It blends celebration with reflection, creating one of the most heartfelt Christmas customs in Europe. It's quiet, but profoundly meaningful. Now we enter Italy, where Christmas continues well past December 25th. On January 6th, La Befana, a kind-hearted old woman, flies from home to home on her broom. She brings sweets to good children and little pieces of charcoal to the naughty ones. Italy fills with festivals, markets, and gatherings to welcome her arrival. It's warm, whimsical, and gives the season an irresistible charm. Holiday twist. Some kids leave a glass of wine for La Befana, and she supposedly enjoys it. Travel further to Switzerland, where ancient rituals meet modern winter beauty. In some regions, villages gather to burn giant symbolic baked goods, sending flames into the cold night sky. The ritual represents the burning away of bad luck, misfortune, and the old year's troubles. It's dramatic, mesmerizing, and strangely comforting, a fiery beacon against the dark winter. People watch together, sharing warmth in the freezing air. Side detail. The shapes of the baked goods often carry their own meanings, tied to old local folklore. Now we reach Hungary, where the holiday season starts early and shines brightly. Children celebrate Mikuláš Day on December 6th, carefully polishing their boots and placing them on the windowsill. By morning, the boots are filled with sweets, small toys, or, for the mischievous, a wooden switch. Cities and villages glow with lights and decorations as families welcome the season. It's joyful, bright, and marks the true beginning of the Hungarian winter holidays. Now let's make our way into the Czech Republic, where Christmas is shaped by charming little rituals that feel almost like magic. One of the most beloved customs is the floating shoe ritual, where a single shoe is tossed over the shoulder toward a doorway. If it lands with the toe pointing outward, it's a sign that the coming year may bring big changes, even marriage or moving away from home. Families also place small candles in walnut shells and let them drift across water, watching how each tiny light sails, turns, or circles. These quiet moments transform the holiday into something gentle and meaningful, filled with hope and a bit of mystery. And our last stop, Poland, where Christmas Eve holds the deepest meaning of all. Families set the table with one empty chair, a place reserved for an unexpected guest or a loved one far away. Before dinner begins, everyone shares a thin wafer called opłatek, offering wishes for peace, forgiveness, and good fortune. The meal is meatless, reflective, and deeply symbolic of unity and hope. It's one of Europe's most spiritually rich Christmas traditions. Across borders, across languages, and across centuries, Christmas has taken on 1,000 shapes, from lanterns and lucky coins to trolls, goat statues, and even a glass of whiskey for Santa. Every tradition tells a story about the people who keep it alive. Different places, different customs, but the same winter warmth at the heart of them all. Thank you for traveling this snowy journey through Europe's most enchanting holiday traditions. Until the next story, may your season stay bright, warm, and a little bit magical.